Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. As most of you already know, this is the Lightup Hub, the only channel you need for GCSE English. I am the Lightup tutor, and today we are going to be going through my #1 revision method I recommend to all of you. All of these revision methods and the way that we teach them, the way we go through them is on the Lightup Hub. We actually have a whole revision course included in the monthly membership, teaching you how to write notes for each and every course or text. For example, like Inspector Calls, how many quotes to remember for each character, how to set it out, also how to revise them. This is one of the methods of revision. And we also give you printable documents for you to print off, for you to put your own revision into. So today's method, we're going to be going through the Lightup method of revising. This is a method we have created ourselves from years and years of working with lots of students like yourself. And this is a method we found to be so effective time and time again. So less chitter chatter, let's get into the video. So get your pen, get relaxed, and let's start revising. Okay, so the revision method, you're thinking, okay, what revision method? I've heard all of them, but you haven't heard this one. This is the Lightup method, and it is read, read, say, write. And you're thinking, okay, not very catchy, and I know, not as catchy as, it's not a massive rhyme that's really catchy, but it's a method I think will really benefit all of you. So read, read, say, write. For short, RRSSW. That's how you can remember it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through a practical example of how you can utilize this method of revision. So let's just go through what each one means first, and then we can go through examples of how to use it. So read. The first read is you're just gonna read your revision card. Second read, you're gonna read over it again, but try look up while you're reading it. First say is you're gonna say it out loud while you're reading off the revision card. Second say is you're gonna read it, but try not to look at the revision card as much, and of course say it out loud. And then the last one is write. You're gonna write it down from memory. Okay, so let's go into it. So the first read, let's say here I've got my revision card. Now you don't have to write revision cards. This could be a mind map or however you want to set out your revision. Like I said before, we show you how to do it in the Lightup Hub if you're not too sure. But let's say I'm going to go for the revision card method. So we're still on our first read. So for example here, you might not be able to see it, but the quote here says unsinkable, absolutely unsinkable. So that's a Mr. Burning quote from Act 1. So how I would go about this, so my first read, I would just literally read it. So in my head, I can read it in my head. I'm gonna say it out loud because you can't hear me read it in my head, but I'm reading it in my head, unsinkable, absolutely unsinkable. Cool, that's my first read, tick. Now my second read is I'm gonna read it again. I'm gonna kind of take my eyes off the paper a bit. So it's like unsinkable, absolutely unsinkable. That is my second read, right? Now, so we've done the so the read, now we need to do the first say. Now, very simply, you're gonna say it out loud. And it's actually proven when you say things out loud, it does actually help your recall a bit better. So just saying things out loud, it doesn't have to be shouting from the rooftops. But if you're sitting in the library, for example, you could say it really, really quietly, or of course you could say it in your head if you wanted to again, but I would recommend saying it out loud. So now I'm gonna say it. Unsinkable, absolutely unsinkable. Cool, that's our first say. Now our second say is you're gonna say it out loud, but you're gonna kind of take your eyes off the paper. So like unsinkable, absolutely unsinkable. Cool. So already we've read it once, we've read it again, we've said it out loud once, and now we've said it again. Because now we've really consolidated. We've read it and we've said it without looking at the page. It should be absorbing that bit better. And then the third thing you wanna do is write. You're gonna write it down. So without looking at the revision card, you're gonna put it away. You're gonna get your pen out or whatever you're using, and then you write it down. So I would write down unsinkable, absolutely unsinkable. Done. And then that way, you would have remembered it at least 5 times. And they say, roughly, to remember something, you have to go over it at least 3 to 5 times. So this is a perfect way to do it. And it's really quick because it's like a read, read, say, write. You can tick it off as you do it to make sure you're following the protocol, to make sure that you are remembering it. And then if you have forgot something, say for example, you've gone to write it down and you couldn't remember it, and you've been like, oh, okay, I can't do it. Just do the whole process again. Read, say, write. For literature, I would recommend, as I do on all my social media, I recommend you actually revise the analysis too. So let's just go through a practical example. Just want to make sure it's really, really clear for you guys on what I would do if I was revising the analysis as well. Of course, all the grade 9 analysis you can get directly from the Lightup Hub. It's already done there for you. So let's look at this quote. So the unsinkable, absolutely unsinkable. Let's pretend I've done my read, say, write. I've already remembered the quote. Now I want to remember the analysis. So let's use it in the same way. So let me do my first read. So my first bit of analysis I've got down here is dramatic irony. It's satirising and mocking Mr. Burling and by extension, mocking capitalism. So that's my bit of analysis. Bit longer now, bit longer than the quote. So we have to remember it. Read, say, write. So first read. Dramatic irony, satirising and mocking Mr. Burling, by extension, mocking capitalism. Okay, cool. Now my second read, I'm going to take my eyes slightly off the page. Dramatic irony, satirising and mocking Mr. Burling, by extension, mocking capitalism. See, I'm kind of remembering it. I'm just taking my eyes off the page to see how much I can remember. Now I'd actually say it out loud. Of course, I had to say it out loud so you could actually hear me. Then I'd do it again. Dramatic irony, satirising and mocking Mr. Burling, by extension, capitalism. Look away. Okay, that was it. Dramatic irony, satirising and mocking Mr. Burling, by extension, mocking capitalism. Cool. Then, of course, my write. Get out my pen, and then I would write dramatic irony, satirising and mocking Mr. Burling, and by extension, mocking capitalism. Bang, done. There you have remembered your quote, you've remembered your analysis. You can also do this for language. For your language, I recommend actually learning the structure for each question. Of course, I don't need to go over where we have the structures, you already know. Sentence starters, anything like that, you can actually remember. Or techniques, for example, for language. You could remember it using read, say, write. So that was just a bit of a quick video of our favourite technique that we recommend for our students for revision. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel because we are putting out videos every single week for you guys, sometimes twice a week. So any content, any help you need with revision, guys, make sure you check out the Lightup Hub. We've got free lessons in the description below that you can check out. You don't even have to put your email in to access all of the lessons. That's it from me. Make sure you subscribe and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.